Hi guys, Google1 back, and this time we're going to be looking at not a 1/6 figure for once. It's going to be the 1/12 Mezco, the Punisher figure. I ordered this a while ago, but it never turned up. But finally he's here, and now I can start unboxing him. It looks really good. Mezco have been doing some really outstanding work recently with their 1/12 scale figures. There we go. Okay, as we can see, it's got the same on the inside as it has on the slip cover. Simply 1/12 collective at the top, some barcodes and whatnot at the bottom, and then on the back we have some images of the figure himself in all his glory. This actually does look like, I haven't really seen any sort of 1/6 Punisher that I really like. I wasn't a big fan of the Sideshow one. I actually had the head sculpt from Sideshow because I was going to kit bash my own second Punisher, but unfortunately the head it was so darkly tanned and coloured. He looked like he didn't look like a guy who spent all his time hiding in the shadows at night. Looked like he was on vacation every 5 minutes getting sun creamed and getting tanned up and everything. So okay, there we go, that's the front of the box. That's the 1/12 side. A lot simpler on the back there, just half the skull. And there we go, Mezco Toys, skull. There's the bottom, more barcodes, and 1/12 collective at the top. There we go. He's actually quite nice looking in the slipcase. We've got this nice insert on the side here. Very comic book style. Blood splatter. Punisher in a full rage mode. It's a very nice picture, to be honest. It's some nice artwork. Really captures the style of Punisher really well. Typical clamshell. Looks like he's got a stand at the back. There's the figure here. He's a fair size, to be honest. I thought he was going to be smaller, but he's actually a fair size. Gonna have to excuse the sound. There could be cars going past. I've got the windows open because it's hot as hell in this room right now. Quite muggy out as well. It looks like it's going to be a storm any minute. I think this is the British summer right now, so you know, we've got one more week of this, and then the rest of the time it's gonna be freezing bloody cold here again. And here he is out of the box. What we're going to first do is take a look at the figure, then we'll have a look at the accessories and all that. Obviously it's 1/12, so it's not going to have the level of detail a 1/6 figure has, but in terms of details for a 1/12 figure, this is pretty nice. It looks to be that they've actually taken in the articulation use that a 1/6 body usually has, with the jointed elbows and knees and waist and shoulders and head, and they've just shrunk it all down and put it into 1/12 scale. And they've finally made a decent looking 1/12 posable figure, and it's fully clothed and it looks pretty good. I'm going to bring him closer to the camera so we can take a look at that head sculpt. It's quite nice. It's quite aged. He looks rough around the gills. He's got some lovely scarring on the face there. It looks like he's been through it. And the skin, although it looks a little bit transparent, that's probably not the word I'm looking for, but a bit clear, it actually looks quite nice in hand. I mean, these are very bright lights, so they're taking away a little bit of the colour, if I'm honest. But he's a little bit more dark tanned, and obviously the face matches the neck colour, which is really good. One of the shames is the armoured plating. I might have to try and shrink this down, because as you can see, the strap's right up quite high above the shoulders. I'd really prefer that to sit on the shoulders a bit more comfortably, but I'm sure if I do some futzing and that, I can probably get it done. This jumper is really nice. I'm quite impressed. I thought this would look too bulky, a bit too thick, like some of the 1/12 figures that have done before. I know their BVS Batman looks like he's wearing a really thick onesie, and it doesn't look that well, but it looks like they're starting to learn about the thickness of the clothing, and this jumper is actually really nice. I really like the shoulder pads, or the elbow pads on the back there. Quite nice and shiny. Makes him look pretty good. And the arms are a good size. He looks like he could take someone out. It's not too tough for him. But let's just try and push all this down, because I would really like to get that straps. Yeah, I think you can push it down a little bit more. You can get the straps to sit on the shoulders a bit more, bringing the belt down. But this armour plating is really nice, the battle damage on it. Looks like he's been through the wars. The bullet holes, or the bullet marks shall we call them, look really good. It's a shame there's not a bit more smoke around them to make them look like they've ricocheted off. But there's obviously some knife cuts in there as well. Nice looking paint app, really is good. It looks really nice in hand. Quite impressed with the 1/12 figure that they can get that sort of detail. Try and have a look at the straps underneath. You can see there's dry brushing on the belts to make them look dirty. Plus the silver. Silver's quite nice. It is a little bit sloppier. It's very hard to paint at this scale. But they seem to have done quite a nice job there. We bring him around, lift his arm up, we can see that side. And then on the back he's got this nice armoured plated sort of fabric texture that you would actually see in a lot of stab proof vests and bulletproof vests. So that's good to see. It's a really nice design. This is what I think Punisher would look like, and I do like the way they've gone with this. Obviously you can see these belts here, very nice. All these pouches, none of them open I'm afraid, but still very nicely sculpted details. The paint app is really good. And he's got a pouch, nice little touch there with the dirt and wear in just on the bottom here. Looks like he does that. I'm not sure if it comes with a knife. I'll have a look at the accessories in a minute. If he does come with a knife, I'll let you know. Trousers are quite good. They're a little bit baggy, but he needs to have some sort of movement, so I can forgive that. Especially as he sort of like does military and stuff. He'd need some movement in the legs so he could stomp on people's heads a little easier. And everyone knows I seem to have a thing about boots, and these boots are very nice. In fact, I'm really impressed with these boots. Sculpting's really good. Looks like fabric in there, bit of leather, highly detailed. You can see the studs for the laces. They're all individually painted. They don't bleed off too much. They actually work really nicely. You see the top of the laces there, and I'm zooming right in on this as well. So there's some articulation in the legs here, so you can move his feet around. And he even has the soles of the feet done, which a lot of figures wouldn't do at this scale. The detail on this guy is fantastic, I have to say. I'm quite impressed so far. Okay guys, so I got absolutely everything out of the box now, and he's now standing on the stand, and I'll be honest with you, I'm really impressed with this 1/12 Mezco figure. Obviously it's not perfect. No 1/12 figure will be perfect because of just its nature really. It's such a small scale to be working in. But Mezco have really tried to recreate the 1/6 sort of niche feel that they have. Sort of they're trying to recapture everything that you felt with 1/6 in 1/12, and they have gotten really close. If we come down and have a look at the accessories here, these two head sculpts will probably be very surprising. Look at that, those are amazing. You've got the screaming head sculpt for when he's in mid-action. You've got a real battle damage one, and the swelling and bruising on the actual head itself is really nice. Really nice. I can't fault this. The scarring is separate from the skin colour, which is really good. Real bruising. That plaster is really nice. I'll see if I can zoom in. Yeah, there you go. How's that for you? Look at that scar above the eyebrow there, just running down before the swelling eye. That bruising in there. Like, if you got this in 1/6 scale, you would be losing your mind. This is something I genuinely think Sideshow should have looked at for their Punisher. Such a nice design. Obviously it's not perfect, you can see a slight line where the head's attached. You can still get that in 1/6 scale though, it's not too bad. But yeah, this head sculpt here is lovely. Such a good design. Then we come in here. You can see the glossiness of the tongue and the teeth is separate from the slightly matte texture of the skin on the outside. You can see the inside of the mouth there. Forgive me, I'm trying to keep this as focused in, but it's not a great camera. I can't just change the focus whenever I want. It's sort of auto. Look at that. Even at this angle, look, you can see the roof of the mouth. Such a nice couple of head sculpts. Like 3 head sculpts is amazing in any scale. When they give you 3, it's very much appreciated, because when you're one of the things that we like to do in this community is repose and redesign our figures to refreshen them up. There's nothing worse than, you know, some people love a statue, but once you've seen it over and over again, it never changes and people can get bored of them. But with the 1/6 scale, 1/12 scale now as well, from the looks of it, if you're bored of it, you can change up the actual style and design, change the pose, and you've almost got yourself a new figure. Now, one of the flaws with any of the 1/12 scale, sometimes even 1/6 scale, is the weaponry. If we have a look at this, you can see it's really nicely designed. It's a really detailed sculpt, but they end up doing the gunmetal brushing, dry brush over the top, and sometimes they can go over the top with it and it can just look like it's been dry brushed. But that's a minor flaw. There's a little flare that comes out of the gun. If he's got his screaming head sculpt there and he's firing his gun, you get a little flame coming out just for action poses. These are really nice because I'll show you now. I might have to pull this away from the camera though. Give me a second. Voila, the clip comes out. The clip is removable, and you can even see the bullet inside. That's 1/6 scale level of detail, that is. That's fantastic. And it's not the only one. You do get a spare clip down there. This Uzi, the clip comes out. Again, there's a spare one there, you can see. It's quite nice. Or a submachine gun, I don't know what you call it. This knife is really nicely detailed. You can see the detail in that. In the handle. It's really clean as well. It's not like there's a lot of bleed off into the actual silver. Or the silver doesn't fully bleed off into the handle except for at the top there. He's got this semi-action claw-like hand, both left and right. You get this awesome looking karate chop one. That is quite unique. You get some good poses out of that with other figures if he's fighting Daredevil. Trigger finger for his left hand, trigger finger for his right hand. We can see the sculpting is really nice in the glove, the detail in here is superb. Obviously not 1/6 scale quality, but in 1/12 scale quality, really nice. Mezco really knocked these out of the park recently. I think this is the first one I actually pulled the trigger on for them because it did look so good. And a sort of slightly open gripping hand for his left. He's got a grenade launcher with an adjustable handle here for when he's posing. Barrel turns, as you can see, and you can turn that up and load the grenades in. Isn't that great? That's fantastic detail. That's so much fun. And we come over to the stand. You get this long adjustable stand that you can actually have him in action poses, probably jumping through the air, that kind of thing. these joints feel quite tight, and as the figure isn't that heavy, it doesn't feel that heavy to be honest, I think this would hold him quite well. I've seen lots of other reviews and other people say it will hold it quite well. And then you get this. Again, this is one of those things that Mezco do. Tiny little plastic bag. You can write on it on there, Punisher. And then you can keep all these little extras in there. And you never have to go to the box ever again. And the stand is really nice. Great looking logo on there. Unfortunately it is plastic fantastic. And you can see it's plastic fantastic. But it's still really nice, really big base for him. You can move him around and he can stand up straight and he's not going to be falling over anytime soon. And that is it. Yeah guys, I'm really impressed with my first Mezco 112 figure. I never was tempted to get any of the others. I'm now looking at the Red Daredevil and I'm thinking, God, you know, I might be able to get him. So I'll be looking out for him soon, I reckon. And that's him. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That's just a quick unboxing of the 112th Mezco figure. It's really hot in this room right now, so I'm going to have to stop, get some water and carry on. Thanks for watching guys. If you like the video, like, subscribe. Okay guys, that's it for now. If you could do me all a favour, get the fuck out of my cave. Punisher's got to go home.